Okay. Well, viewers and listeners, welcome to yet another installment of Lip Service. For those of you who don't know what Lip Service is the show about comics. What we call around here graphic adventures. I know some of you would probably say big deal. Well, what makes us different and unique is we find the independence. That is our primary focus. We're not worried about DC, Marvel, Image, or any of those in that particular area, because guess what? They've got their hype, they've got theirs. We bring the up and comers, the ones that should make you go ooh right off the top. Okay, and I am your host, Stats Jenkins. And for those, and I also have to say this show is brought to you by C2E2, coming up right here in Siberia, Chicago, Illinois, April 24th to 26th at the McCormick Center. And our guest today is Adrianne Grayson of Supercilious Comics. So, Adrianne, welcome to Lip Service.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. So, what got you started in this crazy industry in the first place?
Well, I've always been a fan of comics. Like, in the beginning, it was always Marvel, a little bit of DC, and Archie.
Archie, okay.
I'm a huge Archie comics fan. But my all-time favorite is Spider-Man and John Byrne, She-Hulk.
Okay, so how did you feel about how did you feel when they actually killed Archie?
Archie Comics has been doing a lot of risky things that other comic book companies have not been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to take their most beloved character and kill him off with one particular comic book series that they have with bold. And you really don't see a lot of comic companies that look around on Archie doing things like that. Right now, like your trailblazer.
Well, that this is true, you know, and actually one of our closest colleagues, Fletch Adams, is one of the primary reviewers for Archie. You know, we've known him for almost 15 years. He's actually the one who first got one of our titles, Serenade, on the map. So from there, what made you drift over to the independent side?
I feel like it's easier to do your own thing than try to pitch to other comic book companies or latch on to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it yourself allows more creative control and just makes basically more creative control.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You know, that is one of the reasons why certain creators who used to work under Marvel, Todd McFarlane, and others back in the 80s bolted to form Image. You know, and because they first of all, they were the main ones bringing the new creative flow to some old characters, and one, they weren't getting the credit, and two, they want to take it further. And of course, the major bean counters were telling them, we want you to go this way. And so they went this way, they went that way, out the door and formed Image. But the funny part of it all is, viewers and listeners, that over the years, you know, yes, Image has, and I'm not going to deny them the credit, they have raised the bar for producing comics. However, looking back at to where they are now, they are pretty much in the same boat as the major publishers. So go figure. Yeah, it seems like it was a waste of effort. So that's the way I look at it. I mean, what really new have they brought to the table? Nothing. You don't hear peep out. You don't hear no big peeps out of them right anymore.
No,
you don't. You know. So with the more maneuverability, what is the trade-off on that? Because let's face it, as an independent, you don't have the corporate hookup. First off, you don't have the inner track to cracking that diamond nut, whatever, how in the hell that works, and on top of that, it's you. You don't have a crew or a or anything to help you get that out. So how have you been able to cope with those changes or those challenges?
By not focusing on them. You just put your head down and just get your vision out there and get the work done. Everything else will fall into place. My past background is a basketball player. Basketball. You can't go out there and worry about this or that. You got to go out there, take everything that you've done in practice, and throw it out against the opposing team. You think about too much, you're basically sabotaging yourself.
Okay.
So I'm just going there with my head down and pound ahead.
Okay. So then from there, how did Supercilious Comics come about?
First off, I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. And one of the episodes, Elaine and Jerry did not say hello to George's father. And so George tells the father that Jerry and Elaine saw them in town, and Frank gets mad, like, why didn't they just say hello?
Uh-huh.
Jerry, I can understand, but Elaine, she's what's the word? Supercilious.
Uh-huh.
That's a great word right there. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
This conference.
Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I have seen many a name, on a comic book, because I know one of the people look at ours, Kiss Me Comics, they go, what? Okay, and from there, their own little dirty minds wander, but hey, that's their rabbit hole. They can go down it.
I honestly thought it was a capsule.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, one of the things that you can say is it grabs your attention.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And in speaking of grabbing attention, how do you as a creator figure how to do that with your audience?
Grabbing their attention.
Yeah, I have an act.
A lot of it comes down to presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Just basically colors. If it looks good, people are going to pick it up. If it attracts their eye,
Mm-hmm.
people are going to pick it up. So I definitely play with color schemes that would attract a person to the image to get their attention first. Then of course you're like, oh, what's that? And then you pick it up and you look through and like, oh, it's actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my ways of doing things.
Okay. So with Supercilious Comics, are obviously you're the main. Do you draw? Do you write? Or are you pretty much all over the place?
With Escape from Dino Island, I am the writer and creator of it.
Mm-hmm.
Had 2 artists work on it, and a colorist and a letterer.
Oh yeah.
Previous stuff that I've done, it's been all me.
Okay.
With bad lettering, bad squares,
Yeah.
all of that.
Okay.
But with Escape from Dino Island, I wanted to take a different route.
Okay. So you have worn many hats at one time. Do you feel that you have more of a grasp of what it takes to produce a comic now? That you have worn many hats as a true independent, or do you feel that basically for most creators they should find their niche and then bring in those who can support them?
I think that works on certain projects that you might have where you're not comfortable giving it to someone else to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's something where you feel comfortable, I can't draw this. I'm going to need someone else to help me out to the story across. So for me, I feel like it all depends what you're trying to accomplish.
Okay, that's true. And from there, reading and reviewing previously Escape from Dino Isle, the one thing that did capture my attention is the coloring. In my review, I already stated, I'm not a fan of computer coloring off the top. I'm old fashioned that way, but
pencils or crayons, how old fashioned are you?
Well, for me, my wife uses watercolor, pen and ink, mixed media. So, so I know you can do a whole lot with things, and for me, with my peeve with the way they do the computer coloring these days, everything's got to have a highlight, this, that, and the other, and some people overdo it, or the texture that they're going for is either too soft or too hard. Not too many people find that one texture they can use successfully throughout a whole entire book. But one of the things I found with Escape from Dino Isle is the colorist actually found that right balance, right shades, right hues to where it doesn't look light pastel or that look, because there's an issue of Thor that I bought and the coloring on that just irked the crap out of me, literally. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It just, the story was great. The art, okay. I mean, I could get past it, but the coloring of it for Thor, no, just plain no.
Still with you, huh?
Oh, that book is somewhere in the deepest, darkest corner of my book bag, gathering dust, literally.
Well, the colorist, Chris Chua, lives in the Philippines.
Okay.
And I ran across him on LinkedIn. He did a few color pages for a comic I did called Papes. There's two super space babies that become the president's right-hand man. Instead of using Congress, he uses these two super babies from the planet Pacifier.
Okay.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So I asked him to work on Escape from Dino Isle just because I just love what he does. I just think he's an amazing talent. And I think he really just tied everything together with the comic book.
Okay.
He stands head and shoulders on this comic book, in my opinion.
Beautiful. Now, and you just brought up a very good point here. Now with the internet and social media, have they obviously they've made it way to where people can actually reach out and create and find whoever they need to get done to bring about a book. But the other question is, how do you overcome, first of all, location and possible language barriers?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a good question.
I have a knack for that.
Yeah. With Chris, it really wasn't. I think the time difference is like a whole day or something like that. So I really didn't have any issues with time-wise with him.
Okay.
And we communicated solely through email. No one's making any calls to the Philippines at this moment. He's just a great guy.
Okay.
There's no problem. But he was the easiest one, to be honest. One of the Philippines was the easiest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because... Yeah. Oh, I understand, because I also saw that your letterer is HDE, and I've been trying to get him on my show for God knows how long. One of these days, HDE, the plans will be in alignment. I'm gonna have you on this doggone show. He
has been one of the most helpful people would help me get this comic book together with the lettering and just helping with, create this digital comic book and helping along with print as well. And extremely helpful. Hope I can work with him with like as many different projects as humanly possible because he's so insightful and he's willing to share the knowledge that he has with lettering, comic book making, drawing. He pretty much does it all.
Okay.
The second artist that I have, Joe Santos, came in and just saved the last pages of the comic with his ability. He was able to draw pages like in 20 minutes.
Wow.
I know, right? Digital. Was very impressive with Joe. He's definitely somebody I would like to continue to work with as well.
Right. Now, that brings back to another question. With all the technology that is there with at a studio's or a creator's disposal, how I guess I should say, does that lower the bar for expected returns for sales, or should you just simply say, well, it's digital, and say hey, the sky's the limit? How do you set your goals, basically?
For what do you mean, like for digital?
Oh, well, I mean, all across the board for that particular title.
I think digital. I'm kind of a fan of digital, just because I can have more comic books on my tablet, type of thing. But I love physical copy. Love just going through the pages and checking out and taking in all the art, the penciling, coloring, all of that. So I'm kind of in between. I think people enjoy more than anything physical copy. Not all. I think just having that in your hand is far better than a digital copy.
Okay, and this has been part of my debate with some of my colleagues too. As everybody is more so leaning towards the digital, still you don't see, it probably won't be in my lifetime, but I doubt if I will see a digital copy fetch $1 million. Okay, at auction, I highly doubt it. I mean, it probably won't happen in my lifetime, and realistically, for me, it's easier to certify a physical copy versus a digital. Right. I mean, because let's face it, all it takes is one hack, and you could change a number, this, that, and the other. With a physical copy, you can't do that. Well, if the cat chews on it, it's over. So, but what is with Escape from Dino Island? When I reviewed it, I got the gist of it being pretty much The Biggest Loser meets Jurassic Park. Okay, but from the first issue there, I get a hint of there's something more to it than what's on the surface. So could you so if you can expound for our readers and our viewers and listeners, what lurks underneath all that?
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot. There's actually a lot. I've written like in the book from like 9 pages of paper out first, so I broke into form. I definitely want to keep taking it to an hour. Like the first comment was just like breaking everyone down. That level of fear is extremely high. They got to get around basically by being chased. Every different location, there's that hint of danger. Like I created Dino Island to where they have to go out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There's dinosaurs in between there. You basically, you go out there and get your food if you want to eat. But I wanted to continue the readers to see the characters growing and becoming stronger.
Okay.
And so strong to the point where their strength surprises their trainers.
Uh-huh.
And they're able to, if they survive, get off the island and be completely different people from when they first start.
Okay.
So it deals with their past, issues with their career or their weight or whatever. And stand up to the trainers at times can be pretty much like bullying. Get them to, to fight for the life type of thing. But of course, there's mishaps, there's mistakes. You can't create a perfect dinosaur. Things are going to happen. You got to figure out a way to survive. That's primarily it. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You did. Now the one thing that I found and to me this is something where on the one hand I'm surprised that you haven't found any controversy out of the fact that you're dealing with overweight and obese people, especially in these days and times with everybody being so overly sensitive about the slightest little thing,
Oh, I'm not aware of that. The beauty of it, if you look at the characters and their weight, they're not. I would never do overly obese. Number one, you get eaten up right away. Not gonna make it. First issue, you're gone. Everybody's gone. New group. But enough where you can make it. If I did it overly, then I'm sure everybody and their ancestors would be knocking on my door, criticizing or complaining about it. But the reality is, it exists. America's the heaviest, or the heaviest country. I mean, other countries pick on us because of our weight.
Right. So
to me, like, we keep being sensitive about it. How are we going to change it?
Yeah. Well,
how to make it different. So you might wince a little bit at it, but it should empower people. To be honest with you, I'm working on an app where everyday people can actually experience Dino Island the way the contestants do, for fun. Who wouldn't want to be chased by a dinosaur?
I know I wouldn't.
What?
No.
You got to zigzag. You can't run in a straight line.
Well, seeing how I'm old and crunchy, to me the best way to be would be to try to find somewhere downwind. First off. Now this is I've been dying to ask somebody this question here too. Now, with everybody being so overly sensitive over the slightest little thing, especially in the comic world, with the this is my new little coin phrase: forced diversity of the major publishers. With that has been met with a backlash. Coming through. Now, how have you met any kind of backlash being African Americans producing a book that has Caucasian characters?
No, I have not. But this is what's around. I do not live in a predominantly Black neighborhood where all the Black overweight people. I don't. I live in an area with a mixed different people. So that's going to reflect in my story.
And that's a beautiful thing. I guess the question I had to redirect here is this. So why do you feel that if we're supposed to be in such a diverse culture as already, why do you feel that soon as they say, okay, we're gonna make this character this way or that way, it's being met with such with such ballyhoo. I mean, even down to them casting who Storm is going to be. I mean, I mean, it's starting. I mean, it's starting to where, to me, if for me as a reader, it's turning me completely off because of the constant nitpicking and bickering.
Well, that's the thing. If it's a forced thing, then it's gonna feel forced to the readers and everybody else. But if you gradually introduce and you gradually do this, then I feel people are more accepting of it. But when you start shoving things down people's throats, and with the diversity thing, that's obviously been around for decades, you're gonna meet with some resistance. I mean, that's the end.
Right. And so if you could, how would you spread diversity across the comic book industry?
Wow. Oh, of course, doing it gradually. When I first started making like tapes, and I have a series called Cat Kitten and Cat Chat, and I wanted the characters to be orange. Everybody was orange, just to avoid the whole diversity thing. We're all one color, so everybody's orange. So that was one way. To do that now, just a gradual thing. I don't want to be that one that just works it and shoves it and keeps this wheel going.
Right.
I want to at least do my part by taking steps to the point where you wouldn't even know it.
Right.
You wouldn't even know it. It's like, oh, I didn't do that. Oh, this is actually really cool. That's basically one of the things I would like to do. I feel like I'm accomplishing that.
Right.
Now.
Okay. Now, with Escape for Dino Isle, how obviously you've found you found your audience and everything. Now, with with it being digital and everything, with your success, how has your I guess the best way to describe it is with it being digital, has the distribution met your expectations?
Yeah. I'm assuming there are a lot of people who want that easy access, and that's what digital offers. There's a large group of people who much rather have a physical copy. That's what I'm working on. Is physical copy out. But so far, visually, no problems. Pretty good, enjoyable. You can show it off on your phone or tablet or whatever, easy, convenient. You worry about backing up the cover or anything, especially if you're a collector.
Right. And
you can get it and slip it right into that plastic and set it aside. I guess it kind of works for both worlds. Okay. But yeah, no problem so far.
Well, that's half the battle right there. And for you viewers and listeners, like I said, for me, I'm still old fashioned. I would like to have the physical copy in hand, but you got to move with the times. And with the digital format, obviously for creators, it eliminates a lot of costs. First off the top, because you don't necessarily need. Well, technology has eliminated a lot of costs because one, now you don't need a bunch of boards. Two, if you're doing digital coloring, you don't need a whole lot of supplies and whatever. But still, on the other end of that, with the technology, you have to keep up and maintain, i.e., tablet, computer, software. Yeah. So on the one hand, it's half a dozen on one hand and another dozen in the other. There's both pros and cons. For me, I still like having things. Still prefer doing things the old-fashioned way because, as you've heard us say over the years, if we get blown back to the Stone Age and computers are no longer viable, we would still have a job. Okay.
You're pretty much like Will Smith character, I, Robot.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So when is the next Escape from Dino Isle coming out? Yes, spoiler alert.
I honestly do not have an idea. I like to draw the roughs
Mm-hmm.
before I give it to the artist. So I'm still in the process of doing that. And that's it. Getting up the fun to finish out each 2 comic book.
Okay. And it's funny that you should mention about a schedule, because that has for you out there in our studio virtual audience, that has been I would think the main thing that either makes or breaks independence, a schedule. And the complexity of that for independence is a monumental feat that you can do one, but to get one done on schedule is something else, especially when you got something called life in the way. It is so how hard has it been for you to try to even say, oh well, I want to get XYZ done in X time?
Doing the first one,
mm-hmm.
was not on schedule at all.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I have a second artist.
Mm-hmm.
It is frustrating. I think once you set a deadline and you want to get things done at this amount of time,
Mm-hmm.
of course the artist is going to say, yeah, I can get it done at this time and this time. And then you can see the pace and you see that it's not going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden you got these anxiety levels rising, your blood pressure's going up because the deadline that you set is not going to get.
Right.
So I realized that I created way too much added pressure on myself to do it that way. And the second artist was able to get everything done timely manner.
Okay.
It's easier. So I think it all depends on the talent. Honestly, if they're willing to do this deadline and get it in on time. If not, then it's just how it comes to beat the ass. And that's what. With the second one, I feel like I've taken enough bumps with the first one
mm-hmm.
to where can avoid at least 99% of the part I had with the first one. Right.
Okay. So. And I totally understand that one. All across the board, as trying to maintain and even just trying to get to a certain level. So, where would you want to see Supercilious Comics in 3 to 5 years?
Wow, I've written it down. One of the first things I wrote down when all the way back to 8 and
uh-huh.
Fat Kids and Fat Cat. But I wanted continue to want Supercilious Comics to be unique
mm-hmm.
and different. Not to bend to the whims and not to be so sensitive,
mm-hmm.
but direct. To introduce new ideas and new points. I don't really deal with other than Kate, there are superheroes, the stuff that I'm writing, creating. I want to deal with characters who actually have parents.
Mm-hmm.
Where most comic books do not. Somebody's avenging somebody.
Right.
In the comic book world.
Uh-huh.
And to have strong female bases, that's the thing.
Uh-huh.
have strong female voices and, you know, pretty strong, independent women that encourage little girls to be whatever they want.
Okay.
You know, that's
right.
You know, to the whole hype of, you know, as soon as you're born, all your toys are catering to you becoming a mother.
Right.
Or a cook, or come on. You
right.
know.
But
you are beyond that.
Right.
You can be more than what society tries to, you know, pose on you.
Right. Oh, I agree that times have changed, and this is the one thing that comics have done along the way. Comics have been the subliminal messenger of those changes. You know, if you may not notice it right off the top, but if you sit back and look at it all across the board, viewers and listeners, it's there. You just haven't really sat back and really dug deep enough to go through. And so lastly, where can folks find Escape from Dino Island and some of your other works?
My page. I have a website, superciliouscomics.com.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on Facebook, but the page will send you to all the links that I'm on. You can read the different stories. I have a 9-year-old niece, and I like to write these empowering stories for her.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll have it in her back pocket. You know, it's important that I feel that she hears that she's great.
Mm-hmm.
That she can do anything that she wants. Of course, if you put it in story form, put it in there, it'll probably sink in a lot more than buying a Wonder Woman costume, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But put her place for these stories that are empowering, that allow her to do these amazing things. I feel is empowering.
Right. And therein lies the other part of comics that should be first and foremost in the creators' minds. And to me, that's one of the things that has been missing from the major publishers, but that's just my opinion. So we have been talking with Adrianne Grayson, creator and writer of Supercilious Comics. Okay. And what's going to happen is this. Somewhere down below, I will have the links to Supercilious pages and everything else, so that way you can go out there and take a test drive. It doesn't hurt. It never hurts to try and and as always, keep an open mind. And if you exactly. And if you like what we're doing here with Lip Service, there's down below will be some like buttons. Press them. Like and subscribe to us. And moreover, there's support. There's a button right there. Every little bit helps. And we will give away Lip Service or Kiss Me Comics goodies for your support. Those dollars will go towards production to keep Lip Service going. Okay, none of this is coming cheap. Okay, we still gotta we still gotta pay for the live. We still gotta pay for the internet. We still gotta pay for electricity. We still gotta pay for hardware. So those are the other things that just, you know, when us creators produce a book, a good 75-90% of those returns are already used up for overhead, plain and simple. And so, and if you want to, and before I forget, and if you want to hear my opinion about Escape from Dino Island, you can go back to Lip Service 9, and you can go to the book review section, and I will have the link down at the bottom for you to go back to that back to that to Lip Service 9. But also along the way, you might want to check out some of the other reviews that have gone along with Lip Service. Also, and also remember, we also have the audio portion of Lip Service. So you can still hear Adrianne and everything, but you will not see anything. Okay, so keep that in mind, and also remember that this particular interview and along with the show has been brought to you by C2E2 in Chicago, late April 24th to 26th in the McCormick Center. We hope to see you there. Actually, support us so that we actually can be there, because we're not getting in for cheap. Not at all. They want their dollars. So if you can, click and support us so that way we can see you there and we can actually be in Artist Alley interviewing great artists like Adrianne and others. And so we'll be right back after these words. We'll talk to you. I'll be right back. I don't know with what, but I will return.